As the title says, never lose yourself trying to find yourself. Let that sink in for a minute. Let that sink in for a minute. Huh?
Who is he giving the realest heat on these internet streets? It's Big Phil Speed. Who is he giving the realest heat on these internet streets? It's Big Phil Speed. Who is he giving the realest heat on this internet streets? It's Big Phil Speed. Who is he giving the realest heat on these internet streets? It's Big Phil Speed.
A lot of folks out here trying to find themselves, looking for themselves, and a lot of times they end up losing themselves, chasing their tail as opposed to chasing their calling and what they should be going after. I don't want to use this example because of what's going on right now, but think about how many people that go into like strip clubs under the guise of paying for their schooling or trying to make a better life for themselves, but then they get caught off in the lifestyle or caught off in the extras that happen along the way, and they end up losing themselves, getting turned out, getting addicted to drugs, catching diseases from doing the extras, and their life is all totally messed up. This is the losing yourself. This is the losing yourself that I'm talking about. Just like I gave the analogy of the, somebody that's trying to get out there and sell drugs or whatever. Their goal might be to make a better way for their family, might be to make a better lifestyle, to get up out the hood, to get out of this. But then they get caught off in the trappings of trapping, whether it be the money that come with it, the women that come with it. You know what I'm saying? They get to slipping. One, they ain't built for being out there. Two, but they get sold to the lifestyle of hustling and selling dope or selling crack or coke or whatever the case may be, and they end up catching the case, end up losing their life, end up getting paralyzed. They end up losing their way along the way of trying to find themselves out of their situation. That's finding yourself. Listen. A lot of people got good intentions. A lot of people got a lot of solid dreams. A lot of people have a lot of aspirations where they want to better themselves. They want to do more in life. They want to become a thing. And it happens a lot in the entertainment industry, whether it be from singing, rapping, dancing, whether it be on the football field, on the basketball court, et cetera, et cetera. The intentions are to get in the game, get a career, maybe get famous, get some money, better your situation, take care of your family. But along the way, the trappings that come with like being an entertainer, the women, the fellas for the ladies, the glitz, the glam, the drugs that's all around, the expectations of label owners, the underhandedness of some of the label owners and the people surrounding the entertainment industry. You're trying to find yourself. You're trying to find your niche. You're trying to find your way, but you end up losing yourself because you succumb to peer pressure. You succumb to temptations around you. You succumb to the bullshittery that was never meant for you to partake in. Instead of staying the course, being laser focused, and attacking the industry, attacking your whatever it is you're trying to accomplish with all your mindset or whatever the case may be. Phil, and a lot of people wasn't built for that either. That's a fact, EJ. That's a fact. Phil, did you enjoy clubs and strip clubs when you were younger? Clubs, yes. I was a bouncer too at a young age. At clubs, strip clubs, I wasn't. So I wasn't about going in there throwing a whole bunch of money at no women like that, or whatever the case may be. I spoil a woman another way. I wouldn't. No. Melissa, Mama Bear's in the building. So many times you hear stories of people, right? Especially women. Nas has a song called Black Girl Lost. Tupac had a song called Wonder Why They Call You a Bear. He also had a song called Brenda's Got a Baby. Stories, wordplay, talking about women that have lost their way trying to find themselves. And it's applicable in another sense far as fellas too. Stories where it tells you of a girl just trying to become of age. Brenda's got a baby. She comes from an abusive background. You know what I'm saying? She get with the wrong nigga. Things happen. Da 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 da. You wonder why they call you a bitch. Story of a girl that's looking for love in the club, trying to find attention in all the wrong areas and all the wrong places, and end up getting caught up and caught out there. Black Girl Lost, self-explanatory. Actually, I think there's a book about Black Girl Lost too, but the one that Nas dropped was kind of heavy. That's a fact, Brooklyn Casino. Coming sooner than you think, you heard. That's a fact. We have to be mindful of what we place ourselves into, what we allow ourselves to entertain, what we succumb to, what peer pressures we give into, because temptation is going to be all around us at all times. Peer pressure is going to come at us constantly. It's all about our solidness, our fortitude, our ability to withstand temptations. Tempting. Daddy Dio, salute. And we human. So as being human, sometimes we will fall short. We will fall short. But the thing is to catch yourself before you done slip so far down the rabbit hole that you can't get your behind out of it. And a lot of people don't catch themselves quick enough, fast enough. And before you know it, they in their own little sunken place where they can't get out of it, whether it be a jail cell, whether it be a disease, whether it be death or paralysis because of violence or whatever the case may be. We all have to check ourselves. We all have to, that's right, we all fall short sometimes, BBB. We all have to check ourselves and remind ourselves and surround ourselves with people that will remind us when we start to slip. To not go down the rabbit hole, not to go down that dark alley, not to take your butt off in the woods. You know what's out in the woods. You heard the stories. Why are you going off in the woods? By yourself, even. Why are you being lured off into the cut by this fellow? Fellas, why are you know what I'm saying, subjecting yourself to being lured off by this female? Listen, understand this. You have to use your discernment. You have to use your gut instinct when it comes to certain things. Excuse me. You got to ask yourself. You have to ask yourself, what am I willing to do, and what am I not willing to do when it comes to being successful, going after my goals, my dreams, my ambitions. You have to ask yourself, will I sell my soul just to get some clout or some fame? Will I sell my soul just to achieve the dream job that I want? Will I do anything? Will I cheapen my worth just to be liked, loved, and or admired? Will I throw my morals and scruples out of the window just to get a pat on my back or a like or a follower? We have to get to a place and space where we say, you know, okay, I'm grown. I'm grown up now. I can't do this. I'm not going to allow myself to do these things anymore. And then you have to stand on that. But if you say you're going to stand on that, but then you head off into the wilderness, head off down that dark alley, spiral down into that rabbit hole, who do you have to blame but yourself? Who do you have to blame but yourself? That's right, you heard, AKA sell your soul. Just like the title said, never lose yourself trying to find yourself. A lot of people want change. A lot of people want to be better. A lot of people want to do better. A lot of people want adventurous jobs or an adventurous life, or they want to live life on the edge, or they want to be liked, they want to be loved for whatever reason, whether they're not getting it at home, whether they're not getting it in their mate, spouse, whatever the case may be, whether there was abuse in their past, whether they just have a longing to be more. And sometimes they go into it with the most purest intent, with the purest of heart, but then they allow themselves to get caught up in the trappings and the temptations of things that they were never meant to be a part of. And they end up messing up their dream, that ambition, that aspiration, that goal, and end up taking on other things that could end up making them suicidal, depressed, et cetera, because of the letdown of where they have allowed themselves to go along the way. You feel me? And have good folks to surround yourself that can pull you back. And that's a fact. That's a fact here for Kane. That's the fact. You have to have a person or people around you that really have your best interests at heart. Really. That ain't trying to trip you up. That ain't trying to see you bust your ass. That's really trying to be there for you to make sure that you're good. So that when they come and talk to you about a thing that they see in you, even if you don't like it, you know where they're coming from. You know it's from the best place, because they actually love and care about you. You need to surround yourself with them people, because there's a lot of wolves out here. It's a lot of demons out here. It's a lot of unsavory people. One that are miserable and they want your company. They done failed somewhere along their life in some aspect or another. No matter if they look like they got it on the ball or not. They have failed in some sort of way, so they want somebody to fail too. They want somebody to be down in the trenches or down in the dirt with them. They want somebody to pull down in the rabbit hole with them. You, male or female, y'all have to be strong enough to say, you know what? Nah. I want my goal. I want my dream. I want my aspiration, but I don't want it like that. I don't need it like that. That's a fact, Agent. The devil is always working, but he can't do nothing that you don't allow him to do. That's the gotcha in the whole thing. That's the gotcha. You give in to temptation, you give into the figgity, bullshittery of extra trappings of what it is you're trying to do. You giving him leeway to do whatever he want to do. But if you stay the course, plan, plot, strategize on the right actions to take, and to focus in on that, you will 9 times out of 10 save yourself a world of hurt, a world of pain, a world of letdowns, and a world of sorrow. How many people y'all know? I know y'all know at least somebody who had all the makings of being something great. But ended up messing their career off, whether it was a basketball career, football career, singing career, rapping career, whatever the case may be. They screwed it up because they got involved with drugs, they got involved with prostitution, they got involved with all kinds of like just different things that they had no business being involved with, as a way of trying to circumvent the course that it takes to get by, get over, or get through to where they're trying to get to. We all know somebody like that. We've seen them, whether they were older than us, our age, or younger than us. And some of them ain't here today because they done lost their life. Caught up. That's the thing. Orlando Brown. Ha. Facts. Salute. I am 99. We have to be accountable for our own actions. We have to be accountable for our own ways. We have to be accountable for the things that we do. We can't be accountable for things that sometimes what people do to us. We can be accountable for the positions we put ourselves in to allow those people to do whatever. But we have to be accountable of our actions. Temptation is going to be around you, period. Period. Everybody's vice is different. Everybody's temptations are different, but they're going to be around. It's all about how bad you want to achieve that thing properly, or how low you willing to go to achieve it no matter what. There's differences. There's differences. You can find yourself and still end up losing yourself by being lost or whatever obstacle. That's a fact, Brooklyn Casino, and that's the premise behind that whole title. That's the premise behind that whole title. My ex was on his way to being a great MMA fighter and messed his life up, and it happened. It happens, BBB. It happens. One, because we get caught off in things. We get caught off in people. We allow those people to talk us into doing things, trying things that we know we ain't got no business doing in order to get us closer to that dream or that goal. Or we sit there and watch other people do certain things where we think it's making them better at what they're doing, whether it be on the basketball court, the football field, in the studio, whatever the case may be. And we'll be the one, because of a predisposition in our DNA, to get caught up, to get hooked on coke, heroin, whatever the case may be, that we decide to try because it's the end thing, and we see somebody else that we might look up to doing it and think that is cool. Ladies that are shaking something to try to get through school or whatever the case may be, or get out from under their situation. It's well and good. They're making some good money just doing that. But then they see somebody else getting a bag because they're doing extra tricks and treats behind the scene. And they end up indulging in that and either get turned out, get addicted to a drug or two, and or catch some kind of disease, something that they can't shake. All because they didn't keep their eyes on the prize. They didn't stay focused. They wanted to be like Shirley or Fatima or Quita or whoever. My ex, one of the smartest people I know, and drugs got him. Now he has MS. Wow. And that's the thing. And that's the thing. See, the worst part is trying to help them, but they don't want. Get the lights up. That's it right there. That's it right there. Yeah. That's sad though. That's sad though. Here for Kane. And a lot of people, drugs then took down a lot of good people. Greed is taking down a lot of good people. Temptation has taken down a lot of good people. A lot of people that get caught off in these situations weren't bad people. They just allowed themselves to be tricked into certain things, to be peer pressured into certain things, to give in or succumb to other things, and they end up losing themselves while trying to find themselves. That's the crazy part about it. That's the crazy part about it. And if there's somebody that you care about, right? And you really care about that person wholeheartedly and genuinely, it's your duty to say something to that person. Even if they get mad, even if they don't want to hear it, even if they don't believe you, even if it's your job, it's your duty as their friend to say something. Now, it's up to them to listen. It's up to them to apply what you told them. You know, take heed. But it's your job to say something. Once you say something, that burden is off your soul, is off of your conscience. They have to act on the things that they hear. And if they don't, then that's on them. But you've done your due diligence. You've done what God has put on your heart to do. At some point, you have to step back, though, because that can be draining. That's a fact. That's why I said, once you've said your piece, once you've said your spiel, and if that person still wants to be in the midst of the bullshittery that they're involved in, sometimes you got to let them bump their head on the wall. Sometimes you got to let them fall on their ass. Because like you said, it will be draining, especially in the case where drugs are involved or some other things. Until a person is ready to change, until a person is ready to have more and do more for themselves, no matter what you want for them in life, it's going to mean nothing. It's going to mean nothing. They might take it and they might halfway appreciate it, but until they're really ready to actually get help, take help, or refocus themselves to stay out of the bullshittery and just go towards the purpose, the thing that they're trying to achieve, it's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. Some people just want to take the easy road instead of the hard road. And that's a fact too. That's a fact too. But as a friend, as a brother, as a sister, as a mother, as a father, as an auntie, as an uncle, as a vested person, you have a duty to say something. And if at that point they choose not to, I always say this: I'll take you to the water, but I can't make you sit in it, piss in it, shit in it, drink it, swim in it, or walk away from it. Whatever you do is on you. But I'll get you to the water. And at that time, I've done my job. I've done my duty. But those just coming in, the title is never lose yourself trying to find yourself. Let's talk about it, TV. I'm not camming nobody up just yet. That's not saying that I won't cam you up, but I'm doing my little spiel at the moment. So it's not about not wanting to talk. Give me a second, okay? I'm here for anyone wanting that help. Shout out to that. But as the title says, never lose yourself trying to find yourself. You're trying to be a baller, basketballer, trying to be a football star, trying to be an internet sensation, trying to be a singer, rapper, dancer, actor, or actress. Whatever it is you're trying to do or achieve, never lose yourself trying to find yourself. Never allow yourself to be tricked off for your square. Never allow yourself to be coerced into doing other things under the guise of helping you get to where you need to go. When one, it got nothing to do with what you're trying to do. Two, you know better. Three, your gut is telling you it's all wrong. Four, is involving things and people that don't mean you no good, mean you no well-being. Got to know self because the world will have you lost. That's a fact, Bugatti. That's a fact. We as people, we have to stop allowing ourselves to short ourselves because we feel like we're less than adequate, because we feel like we don't have enough, because we feel like maybe if so-and-so was in my corner, I'd get more, I'd do more, I'd get further. Maybe if I try doing what this girl been doing, maybe I'll get more attention. Maybe if I do what homie's doing, what this dude is doing, maybe more women will like me. Maybe if I get up and show all my ass or my body, it'll give me the attention I've been longing for. Now I realize that sometimes you get what you're asking for, but it just ain't what you thought it was going to be. Thus, getting yourself lost, trying to find yourself. Tell your mother stop being a sucker and get on out of here. How about that? Bye-bye. Just that simple. It ain't that hard. We have to gain inner strength sometimes where the outer strength isn't there. Whether it be from the shortcomings of our upbringing, how people treated us, relationships we've been in or out of, promises broken, opportunities lost or missed. We have to find inner strength to be able to overcome seen and unseen adversities. Thank you, sweet Scarlett. To help solidify our stance in life, to help laser focus our vision, to help solidify and stamp our moral code, our character, our integrity when it comes to things. We have to go to a place, because sometimes people have gone through so much in life, they feel like they're inadequate. Sometimes they feel like maybe this is the life that's for me. This is all I got. Maybe they feel like they can't win. Maybe they feel like they can't get out from under. Hey, Golden Tee. This is where you have to find inner strength to say, what I was or where I've been is not the end of the road for me. What people trying to put on my back, what they trying to say I am, or what I was, it's not me or no longer me. I have to maintain focus. I have to tie my bootstraps up, get my ass up out of the mess I've been sitting in, and move forward towards that dream, towards that goal, towards that aspiration. I won't be moved by the temptations coming this way, and I damn sure ain't gonna be moved by the temptations coming that way. I'm going this way. And I will achieve that thing. It's time to salute. And I will move forward. When you sell yourself short, eventually you sell people short around you. When you don't value yourself, you don't value people around you, the good people that's in your life. When you're not loving yourself, you're not loving the people around you that's loving on you. When you're trying to achieve a goal, a dream, or aspiration with no plan, no vision, you're like a blind person walking across a 8-lane highway. Bound to do yourself no good, because you don't know where you're going, how to get there, nothing. Or you become a victim because you walk into the helping hand of somebody that's trying to do you harm, walk you in front of a car, rob you for what you got, take advantage of you physically, sexually, immorally, and leave you stranded. Be careful of the people that you allow in your corner. Be careful of the people you let get in your ear and whisper certain things and offer you promises, gifts, things to get you to do what they want you to do. Especially when those things, those gifts, those trinkets means you have to do something that's beneath your moral code, below your integrity, underneath your character. Because that lets you know that person, although they offering you something, they offering you something that ain't worth what you gonna give up and what you gonna lose in the process. Keep your integrity intact. Keep your character intact. Keep your moral compass intact when it comes to dealing with people. All money ain't good money. Everything that glitters ain't gold. So every gift, every opportunity, everything that people offer you ain't a good thing for you. No matter what it's wrapped in, what is wrapped around, what the promise that comes behind it, what you might get out of it in the end. All money ain't good money. Hey, Sweetums. Yeah, that's right. Keep my circle small, and I'm perfectly okay with that. That's a fact, Mundo. I used to roll around with 20 dudes, minimally, till I realized that everybody around me wasn't either as solid as I was, nor had or didn't have my best interests at heart. And I pulled myself away from that. Why? Because I saw myself getting lost in certain sauces. Pause. And I didn't want that for myself. Same thing with you all and people that might see this. Surround yourself with people that want your best, the best for you in life, that ain't jealous that you might get the best before they do, that you might win before they do, that you might attain your goals and dreams while they may not get theirs. You don't want people like that. Jealousy and envy is a hell of an animal. Hell of animals. But if you have to cheapen yourself, ladies, fellas, if you have to cheapen yourself to attain fame, fortune, job, success, that's a false happiness that's going to come back to bite you in your ass. Because you, at the end of the day, and I've said it on another, when it's all said and done, when these lights go down, when the clout drop, when the record sales die down, when your knees give out from playing basketball, your back get achy from being on that football field, whatever the case may be, you got to live with you. You got to live with the man or the woman in that mirror. And that's when it's going to eat you like, man, did I really allow myself to do that? Did I give my body up for a chance at success and didn't even attain it? Did I sell my family short by going to rob this store that ain't really got no money anyway? Now I'm facing X amount of years that even more jack my family up than before. You gotta take some accountability in and of yourself when it comes to your well-being and the things that you allow in your life and around your life. That's a fact, Bugatti. That's a fact. Ask yourself, is it worth it to sell my soul for nothing, basically? Or for a momentary like from a lot of people that don't wholeheartedly like you in the first place, that want something out of you, whether it's they lusting over you, whether they want your time to benefit them, whether they, trying to come up off your clout or off your fame or off this, that, and the third. Ask yourself, is it worth subjecting yourself to certain things? Is it worth doing certain things? Is it worth living and operating beneath your integrity and your worth? That's a fact. Listen, count it all joy, BBB. That's a fact. Because a lot of us could have been that person that I'm talking about easily. If it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for God, a lot of us could have been that person. And just because we made it through, it just means that we were blessed in some way. Don't mean that we 100% got it all on the ball either, but at the same time, we were able to navigate through, passed around, over, whether it was by our own doing, whether it was by help of somebody else, whether it was divine intervention, whatever the case may be. Some people aren't as lucky. Some people aren't as lucky. Some people don't have the wherewithal to withstand certain trials and tribulations that come on us. And they succumb to it. Some people aren't strong enough to say no to certain things, not to do certain things, not to take certain things, not to participate in certain activities. Some people are too quick to say yes. to the wrong things, to the wrong people. And there's a cause and effect. And they end up messing up their dreams, their goals, their aspirations, tarnishing their image, shitting on their moral compass, all in the name of getting by, getting over, getting around, instead of putting in the legwork, doing your due diligence, doing what you know to do to get to where you need to get to. I would employ y'all to kind of look at the man or the woman in the mirror and ask yourself, am I living beneath my means? Am I living beneath my worth? Am I doing things that I know I shouldn't be doing? And if the answer is yes, which it probably be for most of us in some way, shape, or form. Hey, Edward Bernard, ask yourself, how can you change that? Why you have the opportunity to change it? Why you have the opportunity to get out from under before you get down in the rabbit hole, before you wander off in the woods, before you go off into the dark alley of life. Ask yourself, talk to yourself and say, listen, something got to give. I got to do something different. Before it's too late. Ladies, don't cheapen yourself for a like or for a follow. You're worth more than that. Hey, visionary, you're worth more than that. What you do now might bite you in the behind later on in life, especially if you have kids and they have to see mama's pictures around the internet later on in life. Fellas, you have to be a better example for your household or the future of your household. You got to start acting like grown men and not little boys. You know what I'm saying? When you was little boys, you did little boy things. As a grown man, you're supposed to do grown man things. Doesn't mean either way it's going to be a perfect ride or a perfect journey down the road. But at the same time, you have to put in the effort, a solid effort, for it to be just that. Mom's was my wake up call. She asked one question and I fixed myself. Hey, thank God for that. You hear me? Thank God for that. When you get to a certain age, and I don't mean my age, I'm talking about as an adult, your mind should start moving towards doing things a certain way. A lot of us operate differently though, because of human nature, what's in us, both positive and negative. And we allow ourselves to get caught out there by who we entertain, who we press to be around, what are we pressed to be a part of, what are we willing to do to obtain an entrance into this party, into this recording studio, into this way of life, to this limelight, to get in this movie. What are we willing to do? And in some instances, who are we willing to do? What are we willing to take? What moral compass are we willing to do away with? To be okay with some of the bullshittery that we know we ain't got no business doing or being a part of. We got to ask ourselves that. And if we see somebody who's head down that way, it's up to us to say, hey, listen, Slim, I've been where you trying to go. That ain't the road you're trying to go. Hey, baby girl, I get it. You trying to make a way, but the way in which you're trying to make it going to end up making a fool out of you. Watch yourself. We have to care enough about people sometimes more than they'll care about themselves. But again, if they don't take heed, then sometimes you got to back up off it. Sadly, sometimes you got to dust your sandals off. Sometimes you have to let them fall on their ass, hoping that they don't break their tailbone or hurt their spine. But sometimes you got to let them go through it, especially when they're hard head and all the writing is on the wall, in their face, and everything else. Nothing wrong with being a kid at heart, but as adults, we have to show the generation after us an example. That's a fact. But you gotta be willing. You can't lead somebody if you lost. You can't lead somebody if you blind. You can't teach somebody if you mute or deaf and dumb. Do yourself the best thing you can do yourself. Love yourself enough to say, okay, let me refocus my life. Let me get my life in perspective and move forward in that life the proper way. Allow yourself to bloom, blossom in proper time. Allow your dream, your aspiration, and your goal to manifest itself and materialize the proper way. Allow your talents to take you where you need to go in due time. Some people blow up like that. Some people take a little bit longer. But don't fall victim to every promise, every I got you, well, if you take a little of this, it'll help you, a little, have an extra oomph in your situation. Girl, come over here to this casting couch. If you do a little something for me, I'll make sure you get in that movie. I'll make sure you get in that studio. I'll make sure you get where you're trying to go. Don't fall victim to none of that. Thank you, OG Guala. Don't fall victim to none of that. Thank you, Bugatti. I appreciate that. Think more of yourself. Think more of yourself. Ladies, think more of yourself. Fellas, think more of yourself than the people around you. Because a lot of times, some of the people around you don't think shiggity of you. And it's in their actions. It's in their reactions to your success or the thought of you being successful. Or in the way that they're trying to tell you how to get successful. To not lose yourself, trying to find yourself. Love yourself enough to not fall victim to the trappings and temptations meant to pit stop or pitfall your journey. Love yourself enough not to degrade yourself, cheapen yourself, misuse yourself, allow yourself to be misused for some negative purpose that does not suit your dream, your goal, your aspiration, or the things that you know to be right. That's a fact, baby, and it happens a lot. And you'd be surprised how many girls fall victim to that naively. Some able to get away from it, and some ain't able to get away from it at all, and they lose themselves trying to find themselves and don't make it back. That's it right there, Creole, because we all fall short. She said, I love me some me, but there's times I needed to remind myself of my worth. And that's what it is. Speak over yourself. When you're in doubt, speak over yourself positively. You talk to that man or that woman in the mirror. You laying in the bed, speak up to yourself. Listen to yourself. Positive affirmations. Let yourself know you are worthy. You are greater than the circumstances or situation that you're in. Your dreams, goals, and aspirations are attainable. That no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Never says that the weapons that form will not come against you, but they will not prosper if you stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. Not somebody else's idea of a prize for you. Not somebody else's selfish wants or needs for you or with you. But keep your eyes focused on the prize, on that thing, that dream, that goal, that aspiration that you wish to attain. And then with proper with proper planning, you can execute and achieve those things without cheapening yourself, without lessening your worth, without being distracted by the bullshitteries of life. Sometimes we put ourselves in temptation's way. Sometimes we take the earplugs out to listen, to be a part of the things that we know we don't have nothing, we don't have a need for anymore in life. Sometimes we entertain the bullshittery that we know means us no well or no good. Then wonder why we get sidetracked. We get derailed. We lose out on opportunity. We lose out on those dreams, goals, and aspirations. Because we knew better, but didn't do better. BBB, I talk to him all the time. But some of us, even at my age and higher, need to hear it too. Because some of them have been lost and some of them are on their way still being lost. That's a fact of mundo. I'm not gonna be long-winded. I've talked a good amount of time already, but listen, know your worth. Ladies, know your worth. Fellas, know your worth. Know who you are and whose you are. I say this all the time. Know who you are and whose you are. Don't allow yourself to be cheapened, degraded, demeaned, demoralized, used for negative gain when you know better. And if better is what you really want in life, if better is what you want in life, then you strive to do better. You strive to be better. Life ain't gonna be perfect. You ain't gonna be perfect. But strive to do better. Strive to be better. Stop putting yourself in situations. Stop putting yourself in the wrong company. Stop putting yourself in the wrong frame of mind that's counterproductive to what you know to be right and what you want to be right. A lot of people say, I want better out of life, but they keep doing the bullshittery and the messed up stuff to keep them stuck. Some people say they want to be healed from past traumas, but they keep running back to the past traumas or things just like the past traumas so that they stay stuck in it. Some people say they want a better job, but they running to work late. They keep doing remedial stuff that doesn't say they want more or should have more. They want they want a music career, but they won't do the things that's necessary to facilitate that career from blossoming and taking off. They want to get on the football field. They want to get on the basketball court, but they're not putting in enough time bouncing that ball and shooting them shots or passing and catching the ball and, you know, getting conditioned. Stop living beneath your means, ladies and gentlemen. Stop living beneath your worth. Stop living beneath your moral compass. For nothing. For nothing. For a false promise. For a quicker chance at what it is you're trying to attain. When your spidey senses, your gut, your discernment is going off 100 miles running crazy, telling you, that ain't it. That ain't it. Listen, I say these things not because I'm perfect. I say these things because I know what it means to go down the wrong road with a few different things. I know what it means to be part of the problem and now trying to be part of the solution. I know what it means to have people promise you the world and leave you with the short end of the stick. Pause. I know what it means to be sidetracked and get caught off into a thing or into people. So I'm not no bigger than you. I'm not no better than you. But I'm letting you know I understand that it can happen. And do not be so full of yourself, so egoed up, so prideful to think that it can't happen to you. Because it can. Love yourself enough to do better with yourself and be better of yourself. Love yourself enough to say, listen, I was where I was yesterday. I am where I am today. I'm trying to get to there tomorrow. I was okay yesterday. I'm good today, but I'm trying to be better tomorrow. And do whatever it takes to get you in that frame of mind and do what it takes to physically manifest that thing. Because at the end of the day, those things, those people that get you caught off in the bullshittery, a lot of them going to sit back and laugh at you, talk shiggity about you, try to use you up even further, and then throw you away, be done with you. Have a sense of pride in yourself to say, listen, I'm not going for the bullshittery no longer. Listen, I didn't talk enough. GGA, everything's Stack Stone. Just was talking about never losing yourself, trying to find yourself. I would came up, but I think my Wi-Fi messed up. You got that Boost Mobile? You got that Boost Mobile Wi-Fi? I know that face feel. You must have been talking about something deep. Well, you got to ask the people around you. I think it was definitely a good live to take in. I think it was. But ladies and gentlemen, as I always like to say, smile. You never know what it might do for a person or for yourself. Y'all know the rest. And even more important, love on somebody. Love on somebody. Might bless your soul. On that note, I'm out of here, y'all. Thank you, Grizzly Bear. I appreciate that. Until the next time we can chop it up and have a tater-tay. Until that day, Big Phil speaks. Say, I holla.